Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Giselle, I review fragrances. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and for your loyal support. So guys, today I'm here with the most complimented fragrances of this season, meaning spring, summer. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring all of them. I only brought 7. Actually, I have around 12, 14 that I could have included. It would have been like extra long, and I don't want you guys to get bored, so I narrow it down, and I am here today with these beauties. So stay tuned to learn more about them. Welcome back, and let's get into it. So guys, this list is in no particular order, but my first fragrance of this list is Baccarat Rouge 540, and this is the X-Straight version. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm not part of the hype train, but I have to be fair. This is the X-Straight version, as I said, and supposedly the original one projects better, has a better sillage. That doesn't happen with me. I shared this with you many times. I do not experience what everybody seems to experience with Baccarat Rouge 540, right? It's kind of in 2 hours it disappears and nobody around me seems to notice it. I talked about the fragrance before, but this one is different. This one is totally different. I like the smell better. It's very strong in almond. The almond note here is very strong. It's bitter almond actually, and it is very noticeable. And this is X-Straight, as I said. Usually X-Straight fragrances are skin scents. This is kind of counterintuitive to what many people think. Many people tend to think that X-Straights are stronger, they are beast modes, they project better, the sillage is stronger. Yeah, they could be stronger in scent, but not necessarily project more, or the sillage is better. Actually, they tend to be skin scents. But well, this is the case here. But this one performs really well. With this one, which supposedly is more like a skin scent, people seem to notice, and I get tons and tons of compliments, especially from men. I actually review this fragrance. I will link the video here in most complimented fragrances by men. And yeah, it's funny, most of the compliments I get when I wear this fragrance come from men. This is absolutely beautiful. It smells very expensive, very luxurious. It has jasmine, it has cedar. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's also musky in the dry down, but the star of the fragrance, as I said before, is the bitter almond. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very bougie, very over the top, smells very expensive, very luxurious. As I always say, this doesn't smell class, it smells money. It smells super duper expensive, and if that is what you're looking for, you have to try this. Massive compliment getter, at least in my case. And this is Baccarat Rouge 540, the X-Straight version. So the second one on my list, guys, is Danger Pour Homme by Roja. So I have, so beautiful, guys. I have Danger Pour Femme, which is for women, for ladies, in the Parfum version, and also the Essence de Parfum. But they are completely different between them, and also completely different from this one. This is honestly my favorite. In all honesty, guys, I've never been a huge fan of Roja fragrances. They just don't work for me. He's an amazing perfumer, a master perfumer. I truly admire him, but not everything out there is for everybody, right? Usually Roja fragrances don't work for me. They are not my cup of tea, but the few I have in my collection, I love them. And this is probably my favorite. And it's absolutely beautiful. This is my only Pour Homme or male fragrance in my collection. I don't like to wear male fragrances. I find them like way too masculine. I love to sniff, to smell that on a man, but I don't like how they smell on me. Although a masculine touch on feminine fragrances takes the fragrance to another level, like Sycamore, for example, Le Lion from Chanel, a masculine touch definitely takes feminine fragrances to another level. However, this is the only one. This is a challenge for me. This is the only male fragrance I have in my collection, and I love it. I love it. Lasting power is like out of this world. I get like 10 hours out of this. It's very, very unique. Nothing generic here. It's very warm and spicy. It's dry at the same time, but also sweet and cozy. Let me spray some. It's a spicy, slightly floral, fougere type of fragrance. I wouldn't say this is 100% fougere, but it does have fougere accords. Definitely has lavender, it has tarragon, it also has moss. It's very beautiful. It also has lily, jasmine, it has that floral component that makes the fragrance a little bit more suitable for women. It has patchouli as well, it has violet. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It has vanilla, it has ambergris, cedarwood. The cedarwood here is amazing. It also has rhubarb. I think the rhubarb together with the cedar and the ambergris is what balances out this fragrance. It's super well blended, no harsh notes here. Sometimes masculine fragrances can be a little bit harsh, or you can get like some scratchy notes, but this is not. This is soft, as I said. It's spicy, but it's also floral. It's soft, it's slightly watery, probably from the lily and the moss, because those notes tend to give dewiness to fragrances, and it's just gorgeous. Very gorgeous. It's very seductive, very unique. This smells like nothing I've smelled in the market. It's sweet and warm, but it's also dry and earthy at the same time. It's so beautiful, guys. Patchouli is present here. I think the patchouli also plays a great role balancing out the sweetness. It's great. I love it, guys. This is a wonderful scent, and this is Danger Parfum Cologne by Rouge. So the third one on my list, guys, is the Chronic by Byron Parfums. This is the original. I recently reviewed the new release, which is the Chronic Rouge Extreme. I will link the video up here. But this is the original. I like this much better than the Rouge Extreme. And this is just beautiful. This is a very sweet and spicy fragrance. The cinnamon here is like front and center. It's an extra concentration, so you can expect a long-lasting fragrance. I love this perfume now, but I took some time to really like it, love it, and until I pulled the trigger and bought it. I definitely step outside of my comfort zone when I bought it, because it's not the type of fragrance I would normally buy. This is a little piece of advice. If you want to grow in the fragrance world, you have to be open to try different things. I know it's challenging because fragrances are expensive and we tend to stick to what we know to err on the safe side. However, you could be missing out on many great opportunities, and this is the case. I have tried many fragrances in my life. I'm not new to the perfume world, and at this point in my life, I really like different things. I'm tired of I don't like to smell like everybody else, as I always say. I think fragrances must be something super personal, but I am open to smell different things. And this is very different, honestly. It is not generic. It doesn't smell like anything I've smelled before. It could be cloying in the opening, but it's a very well blended fragrance. You have to like spices. It's very strong in cinnamon specifically, but it is a very warm and spicy type of scent. I usually thought this could be a typical fall winter type of fragrance, but I discovered that in high heat and high humidity, this perfume performs amazingly well. So if you live in a tropical area, please try this, and it's just beautiful. It's warm, it's very resinous, very ambery. It also has leather, although it's barely noticeable, so don't get turned off by the leather note because you barely pick it. It's also musky. It has patchouli. Patchouli is also pretty prominent. It's very comforting. It's very smooth. It's very clean at the same time. It's not dirty. It's not like an earthy type of scent. It has great projection, great sillage. This to me is a beast mode fragrance. Usually it lasts 8 to 10 hours. I tried this under high heat and high humidity, and I could pull more. I could pull around 10 to 12, but usually I get 8 to 10. Let's say if I don't overspray, I get 8. If I overspray a little bit, I may get up to 10. And again, if you live in a tropical place or a place where you have high heat and high humidity, this is a must try. This is the Chronic by Byron Parfums. So moving on, guys, I have here Arizona by Proenza Schoeller. I talked about this fragrance before. I'm not quite sure in which video, but I will make sure to link it here. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's a floral, green, fruity, musky, super juicy type of scent. It has amazing projection, amazing sillage, The star here is the cactus flower, which is a very uncommon type of note in fragrances, and it makes this perfume very, very unique. It also has strawberry, it has orange blossom, it has rose. Rose is also prominent. It has jasmine, it has musk, and it has orris. It's very bright, very fresh, very invigorating. It's very beautiful. The opening is very youthful, very bright, very bubbly, almost sparkly, while the dry down is a little bit more powdery, probably from the orris. The orris can be buttery but powdery as well. So I think the powdery accords I get in the dry down are coming from the orris. It's beautiful. I love this. Tons of compliments, guys. People love it. It's a crowd pleaser. It's a fragrance that you can pull off during the day, during the night. Actually, I got more compliments wearing this during the night, and it seems it blooms. And yeah, but it's regardless, it's beautiful. You can pull this off actually all year round, to be honest. But in summer, I think is when this fragrance truly blooms, because it is very, very juicy and very invigorating. It could fit in the category of what we call a typical summer scent, but this is not citrusy, and it's not citrusy, and it doesn't have coconut. It's not tropical at all. So the lack of those two type of accords make this fragrance suitable, in my opinion, as an all year round type of scent. Actually, I don't know where they picked the name from, where the inspo come from, because you could be misled by the name. You could think this is a dirty, earthy type of scent, when in reality it's quite the opposite. It's fruity, it's juicy, it's very, very bubbly. It's completely different, but regardless, I don't care. I love this fragrance. Nordstrom used to carry this. I don't know if it is discontinued or they just don't carry this anymore, but you can get it online, and yeah, it's just beautiful. Guys, the next one on my list is Kerbaton by Louis Vuitton. What a beautiful fragrance. This screams Louis Vuitton in every single drop without even spraying it. Louis Vuitton fragrances have a very, very strong and distinctive DNA. This is actually one of my favorites from their fragrances. It's very, very beautiful. It's a chypre, actually. This is like a fruity floral chypre fragrance. Chypre is an olfactory group. It's actually my favorite olfactory group. I love it. It's very, very unique. It has pear, which is very prominent. It also has cascalone, which is a synthetic note. It's similar to cologne, a typical note that we found in the fragrances from the 90s. The difference is that cologne brings a watery and juicy accord similar to the watermelon smell, while cascalone on the other side also brings a watery accord, but more like a clean water, fresh water type of scent, no watermelon scent. In fact, it's not as fruity, it's more floral, and yeah, but it's also a synthetic note, and it's very, very prominent. And I think that together with the pear is what is bringing this fragrance to life in terms of how sparkly, bubbly, and watery this fragrance is. It's also very, very juicy. It's very sweet. It also has moss, again, another note that gives dewiness to fragrances. Patchouli, it's somewhat prominent, and you will get more of the pear in the opening. It has a very juicy, bright, and sparkly opening, and you will get more of the patchouli in the dry down. However, you can smell some patchouli even in the opening. This is a very strong fragrance. I get around 8 hours, and yeah, it projects really well. The sillage is amazing. I get tons and tons of compliments when I'm wearing this fragrance. It's pretty linear. It doesn't change much, with the exception of the patchouli that can be more prominent in the dry down. This is by no means a safe blind buy. I would say that none of Louis Vuitton fragrances are safe blind buys, but this one in particular and Matière Noire are, to me, the most challenging ones in terms of if you want to blind buy them. Don't do that. You have to try the fragrance first. But if you happen to like this fragrance, let alone love the fragrance as I do, you will find that this is a very easy to wear type of scent. It's very wearable, perfect for the day, for the night, especially during spring, summer, in particular hot summer nights. So gorgeous. the hotter and the more humid the weather, the juicier this will be, and it truly blooms. This is a fragrance you can also pull off all year round, but I wanted to include this in this list because I've been wearing this since basically spring, but it is so beautiful, guys, that I'm planning on wearing this also during the colder months. So yeah, this is Kerbaton by Louis Vuitton. So guys, the next one is Ruby and Vanilla Intense. Boy, is this a compliment getter. Massive, massive, huge compliment getter. It's incredible. Such a beautiful fragrance. What can I say that I haven't said already, right? Because I dedicated an entire video about this fragrance when I did my giveaway. I will link the video here, so maybe if you are interested in learning more about Ruby and Vanilla Intense by EBK Paris, you will learn more about the fragrance in that video. Today I'm not gonna dive deep either, but yeah, I wanted to bring it to this list because it is a massive compliment getter, and I love this fragrance. This is not only one of my favorite vanilla fragrances, but it's one of my favorite perfumes in my entire collection. It's absolutely beautiful, rich, lush, addictive, intoxicating. This leaves such an intoxicating trail, guys. You cannot imagine. It's everything and more than I have expected. It's very, very luxurious. It's worth every single penny, in my opinion. It's very sexy. It's a kind of grown-up type of scent, although to me it's ageless, absolutely. But if you ask me, I would say this is not for a teenager, for example. But it is more on the mature side, but no vintage vibes, no aldehydes here of any type. It's very velvety, very smooth, gorgeous. It's very, very opulent. I get around 6-8 hours. People around me love it. I kid you not, I get lots and lots of compliments, especially from men, in case you want to know that. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's super, super opulent. It has a strong nutty note. It has bitter almond, but conversely to Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait, for example, or other almond-based fragrances, I don't pick almond here. I pick a nutty note, but not an almond accord, a typical almond accord. So at least this is how it pulls on my skin, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is a fragrance that if you like vanilla, you should definitely try. It's a different take on the typical vanilla scents, but yeah, it's definitely worth trying. Ruby and Vanilla Intense by EBK Paris. So the next one on my list is Pink Magnolia by Loewe. It belongs to the Aura collection. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's very floral, fruity, sweet, very fresh and musky. It's ultra feminine. Yeah, this is not a unisex scent. You do you, but in my opinion, this is not a unisex fragrance. It's very girly, very flirty. Nothing complex here. It's very simple, very linear, nothing groundbreaking, but regardless, it is very beautiful. It's a crowd pleaser. People love it. Also get tons and tons of compliments. The sillage of this fragrance, it's just beautiful. It's pure, it's sheer, it's kind of transparent. It's like a transparent cloud lingering behind you when you walk. It's beautiful. The star of the fragrance is the Pink Magnolia. It also has vanilla, it has berries. It's slightly powdery, especially in the dry down. It's also velvety, maybe it has sandalwood, I don't know if it does, or orris. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, honestly, I'm sorry. But, it's slightly powdery, it's a little bit creamy as well. It's super beautiful, so feminine, guys, I love it. It has a 20% essential oils concentration, which would make this fragrance an extrait or pure parfum. So you can expect a very long-lasting fragrance, even though the type of scent is not a scent that you could imagine or you could think of a long-lasting one. It is very, very long-lasting. I get 8 hours, 6 hours without overspraying. If I overspray, maybe 8 or even 9 hours. It's pretty long-lasting. Projection is about an arm length, and as I said before, sillage is kind of the star, and lasting power is great. Considering the category of this fragrance, it is really, really impressive how long it lasts, at least on my skin. It's an all-day type of scent. Of course, you can pull this off during the night, but I think this is a daytime type of scent. It's safe enough to wear to work. Of course, it depends on how much you spray, but it will last many hours and it's pretty safe. A crowd pleaser, as I said, it's inoffensive, it's almost innocent, and yeah, people love it. This is Pink Magnolia by Loewe. My last one for today, guys, is Ivris by YSL. I know I have hyped this fragrance all the time on my channel, but it is for a good reason. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna dive deep today because I recently talked about this fragrance. I'll link the video here. This was my affordable alternative to Dahab by Kajal. In Dahab, for example, the star of the fragrance is the passion fruit, so you can expect some tartness there. And here, the star of the fragrance is the lychee and the nectarine. This is a very, very sweet fragrance. It's very sweet, but surprisingly well blended that it's not cloying. But it is a very sweet fragrance. Definitely, you have to like sweet fragrances. It's very fruity, extremely juicy as well. Smells like nothing in the market, like most or all of YSL fragrances that I have smelled. I love YSL for that reason. Their fragrances are very unique. They are not dupes, they are not clones. You may like them or not, but one thing you have to give credit to them is that their fragrances are very unique and they don't try to be something they are not. So they are beautiful, and this is no exception. This is the comeback of the old champagne. I talked about that before. I'm not gonna go again over that, but it's just so beautiful, guys. People love it. I get compliments all the time, even from people who are not into fragrances, people who don't like to wear fragrances. They have complimented me on this one. I love it. It blends super well with my skin. I think as long as I can buy it, I will always have this in my collection. A lovely subscriber told me that it is sold out right now, but hang in there because it is worth it. Just sign up for a wish list. This is not sponsored. It's just my unbiased, honest opinion. This is a beautiful fragrance, and if you like this type of scents, since it doesn't have any hype aside from mine, this fragrance is very affordable. So get it while it lasts, and if you don't find it now, you can sign up in discount retailers online and you can get it for a nice price, for an affordable price, and you won't regret. It's beautiful, it's very long lasting, it's an eau de toilette but performs as well or even better than many eau de parfums. And yeah, it is absolutely beautiful, perfect for spring, summer. I wear this all year round, to be honest with you. When I love a fragrance so much, I can't wait until the next season. Yeah, especially hot summer nights, you get the picture. It's beautiful. So guys, this is it for today. This have been my most complimented fragrances of this season. I hope you enjoyed my video. I will probably do another video about most complimented fragrances soon. And yeah, stay safe. I hope you like my video from today. Please give me thumbs up if that's the case. Leave me your comments down below. I love interacting with my audience, as you might have probably seen. And yeah, stay safe, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.